All right, we're here at Camden Park.
Woo.
They got the haunted house. So we're... Oh, I'm so tired. Like this trip is like beating me up. Yeah. All right, well, let's go check out Camden Park. All right, so we're in. Got this cool vintage Coke sign over here.
That's great. That's in like such good condition.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a feeling this park's gonna be like Williams Grove, right?
So true.
Already, I can tell it's like Williams Grove.
It really is. It's like small potatoes.
Williams Grove was a park near us that we went to all the time as kids. Might as well go right to the main attraction, right? This is a Bill Tracy exterior, but it's been repainted. But yeah, it's got the original style of the facade and everything, with the window at the top, and yeah, like the original text and everything. The artwork is so cool, even though it's repainted. Like the guy who did it, like, is a dark ride artist, so it's cool that they were able to find someone who knows what they're doing, right? So yeah, this is a gravity-based ride. It doesn't use like electric track. It goes up a lift hill and then goes down like a roll. It's basically a roller coaster. So they gotta push the car onto the lift, and then the guy over here has to stop the car, because there's no electric track or anything like that. So it just uses gravity to go along the track. There's not many of these left. The Devil's Den at Pontiac was one of the only other ones, and that one's not operational anymore. So the switch painting's pretty awesome.
I know. It's like my favorite.
Nice. So what'd you think?
It's like very, very classic.
Very unique, right?
Yeah.
Fast.
Very fast, windy, and dark. Like,
Yeah.
There's some really cool original props in there, but you can't even see them all actually. And
It's
it
so
went, like,
fast.
Really quick.
Yeah, it's so fast you can barely see this stuff. But yeah, like
I definitely need to ride it a few times to be able to see everything.
yeah, I'll give it another ride or two. Then, like, I'll be able to tell you what I think of the props more, because
there were some really cool ones. They definitely need like a few more lights.
I like the devil, like on the ceiling, like coming, like.
There was a really cool witch.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it all though.
Yeah, definitely a cool ride though. Very unique dark ride.
So cool. We'll go on again.
Yeah, we'll get on it again, but let's check out the gift shop and see what they got in here. Hopefully they have the 3D mod. I know there's a souvenir 3D model of the haunted house. That's what we're hoping for. Let's see if they got it. That's cool. You got like a taxidermy bison up in here. No, I don't think they have it like it was like on this thing. Yeah.
Like what? Did they sell out right away?
Probably. I would imagine it was a popular souvenir.
That's not one.
That mug's pretty cool though.
This is old.
Yeah, these. Oh yeah, the sign outside.
That's a decent one.
Yeah. What are these old postcards or just photo prints? Yeah. Yeah, if you're not doing the other stuff. I wish it was just free admission and then you just paid per ride. They got an old carousel. They got a paratrooper. They got a figure 8 coaster. They got one of those clog rides. They got this Big Dipper coaster. It's a pretty old coaster. Might ride that later. There's a map of the park right there. It's not real big, but they got that coaster. They got another smaller wooden coaster, log flume. Yeah, not. Yeah. Guess we could ride that then too. And the Skyride. Looks scary though, right? We got a Flyers ride over here and a Scrambler. The arcade's closed, unfortunately. I wanted to check that out. I don't think that's an actual. Is that an actual vintage sign, or is that like? Yeah, that's like. Yeah, maybe that other one isn't either. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really interesting park, but I would say the whole state of West Virginia so far has been kind of interesting.
Like dilapidated.
It feels like we stopped off in that Gummo town, right? Huh?
Yeah. It's very offensive.
There's a Skyride here.
I'm not even sure.
Looks kind of scary, right?
Oh my god.
Goes all the way to the end and back, I guess. It doesn't go one way because I don't think there's another end of the park. I think it just... Yeah, no, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like I need to get my money's worth, don't you? Here's the other coaster, the Little Dipper. I guess it's a kiddie coaster, but this is like one that would be acceptable to ride, I think, because it's not like tiny. And it's unique. It's old. I don't know. I got it. Oh, it looks like the log flumes is down. So we're not riding that. I don't know.
That is like scary.
Yeah.
It's not longer than that.
Yeah, they're fixing it or something. They got paddle boats over here on this pond. Some kiddie rides, tilt-a-whirl. And that's pretty much the whole park. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think that one's newer. Like, I don't think that one was around when I was a kid. I think that's like in the 2000s or something. Not really. I get sick on those. I kind of came here thinking like we'd only be doing the haunted house and the
There's like things
roller
over there.
coasters.
That's scary, Williamsburg.
All right, I guess we got a train ride here. We're gonna get on.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna ride the train ride. Yeah, this is slow.
This is so Williamsburg energy.
Yeah,
It's like the same.
maybe even like a little bit sadder. Sadder state.
Yeah, it's like pre-death.
Yeah.
Like it's sad. It makes me feel sad because a place like this should like continue to improve and like be
Yeah.
preserved, but it's clearly not going to be.
Yeah. Well, I think that ride system, the pretzel ride system, it could be easily transferred to another building. So if this park ever did close down, that would probably be bought by another park or something. Like apparently that's what's going to be happening to the Devil's Den, according to that guy.
But they took all the props out, right?
Yeah.
This is like really somber.
This is the slowest train ride I've ever been on. Yeah, all the flat rides here are like ones that make me sick, so I don't ride many of those. Looks like we're going through a tunnel up here. The ride, the dark ride. Oh, I didn't know it was there.
What's that? There's a miniature golf course over here. The Skyride goes over the mini golf. I feel like I should ride the Skyride just for the footage. You can do that.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'll ride the haunted house a few times. And I'm gonna do the roller coaster.
Yeah.
It could just benefit from some more theming.
Well, I didn't expect theming, but
Here?
oh, the mini golf, you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It doesn't look too bad for a standard course. Just, yeah, doesn't have any like fiberglass or anything. Are they stuck on there? It's, oh, there, it's moving again.
imagine getting stuck.
Yeah.
That bathroom is savage.
Was it?
Oh,
Well, what were you expecting?
I don't know. Look at that huge spider web.
Williams Groves was really bad.
Oh my god, I can't even remember.
It was worst of all time.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was the train ride. Guess I'll go do the Skyride now. Alright, we're on the Skyride. I'm a little scared. Oh my god. Wow, this park is something else. I'll tell you that much. Very unique experience coming here. It does remind me of my old hometown park, Williams Grove, but yeah, like that one was in, I would say, better shape for the years leading up to when it closed down. This one looks like it could use some help. There's a decent amount of people here though. It's not like it's like no people here or anything like that. I mean, they got the two wooden coasters and they got the haunted house. So that's the reason to come here, is for the haunted house mainly. I got this mini golf course down here. West Virginia is a pretty interesting place. I don't want to say too many negative things, but yeah. Look at this one. This one doesn't even have a chair on it. This park definitely has potential to be nice. I mean, just fix it up around the parts that aren't so great. I would say, you know, it's not too bad. It's got a nice classic vibe. I gotta stop this every once in a while for people. Some people take a little longer to get off than others. Guess I'm not really gonna be doing a whole lot here. Doing the two coasters, doing the dark ride, did the train, I'm doing this. Then at least I'll feel like I got my 20 bucks worth. But Billy Bob's Wonderland was a really fun experience. Getting to do the backstage tour was really cool. I'm just not happy with last night's mishaps with the bed bugs. And from what I heard, most of the places here in the Huntington, Barbersville area are like that. So, because when we went to the Red Roof Inn, when we were showing the bed bug to the lady at the reception, she two guys were coming in to check in, and we were like, maybe you don't want to check in here, they got bed bugs. And they said, well, most of the places here in town have bed bugs, and there's only two places that have rooms available. I guess because like by the time we saw that one, it was like midnight, so it was pretty late, so the other places didn't have any rooms available. So then we got stuck having to go to that what was it, Best Western. And I usually was under the impression that Best Westerns were decent. But I'll just say, like, there's probably a reason why that was the only room available in town last night. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, if I was to come to this area again, I don't think I would stay in this area. You're probably better off picking a different place to stay. Like, if you're coming to Camden Park and you're doing Billy Bob's and all that, I would say do that stuff during the day, then like drive up the highway a little bit and find another place to get a hotel, because there's not a lot of good ones in town. But I like the dark ride here. Swear to get a chance to ride a gravity driven dark ride. This might be the only one left, the one here, the haunted house. There was another one, Devil's Den in Conneaut Lake, but that isn't operating currently, so. Also, Reithofer's shows, the traveling midway company that does a lot of fairs along the East Coast. They have one, but it's one of the worst start. If you go on YouTube and search like Terminus Dark Ride, the first result that comes up is like worst dark ride of all time. Because there's literally no props in it. It's just the gravity ride. And, yeah, no props at all. For some reason, they got some, like, random animals penned up over here. Like, I don't know if there's a petting zoo over there, but there's, like, nobody over there, so that's kind of weird. Look at all the coins and stuff that people try to drop on that. Right. all these hair ties and wristbands and stuff. People drop down on there. Alright, so I did that Skyride. It was a little sketchy, but everything was alright. Alright, we're doing the Big Dipper. So I just came off of the Big Dipper, not too bad. Some little pops of airtime. I like that I ran through the tunnel. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the Jackrabbit at Wildwood. Kind of reminded me of the Jackrabbit at Kennywood. All right, we're gonna do the haunted house one more time, and then I think that's it for the day. Alright, so you did your third and I did my second. You were on, well, I was on the Skyride, but yeah, I did my second ride. So now I feel like I can give a better review. I would say that it is very classic. It kind of reminds me of Bill Tracy ride a little bit.
Oh yeah? Who designed this one?
I think it was a Tracy ride, but I think a lot of the props were changed out over the years.
Like the shape of it, like that chimney on the top roof, like even just the shape of that, and all of the dripping, and then the drops, the little hills, like the wacky shack.
The facade is Tracy, and you can kind of tell some of the backgrounds on the props were Tracy props, but you can tell that like they changed out like the actual mechanical props.
But
so
a lot of them seem original still, which is really cool. It's definitely just like not all him anymore, but I can totally pick up the energy of it. It's like, it's fast.
yeah, and I've only ever done one other gravity ride. It was a traveling one. And yeah, I was hoping we would get to do the Devil's Den on this trip, but Conneaut was closed this year, and looks like the Devil's Den might not ever be coming back either.
Well,
but
this trip was like in the works 4 years, like pre-COVID, and then it kept getting postponed. So yeah, you wanted to go there, but now
I would have liked to have done Devil's Den and then compared this one to Devil's Den, but
yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 10.
yeah, it's definitely solid. I think better than I expected, because like I have watched POVs before, and I don't know if you're gonna see a lot of the stunts in our videos or not. Like I don't know if they're gonna how good they turned out, but like it's hard to see stuff in there because of how fast it goes.
I think mine picks up on a good bit of it, but it is fast.
It's like impossible to focus on each prop.
Yeah.
You have to ride it to really be able to like look at each thing, and
you can barely even do it then. So.
Yeah, so.
The vultures are very like Tracy too. Like
the witch at the beginning is very classic.
I love that witch. Like, I hope there's a picture of her somewhere because I want to see it, but it's like it went so quick.
The devil prop is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It has a lot of detail and classic aesthetic.
Definitely like props to that dark ride artist.
Yeah, the guy who repainted. Even though, like, yeah, I would like if it just looked exactly like the original, but yeah, at least they got a good dark ride artist to paint it, not just some guy like doing some airbrush crap that doesn't look good.
I need to look him up.
But that vulture up there is, yeah, that's a Tracy. Those vultures are Tracy
and
props.
Even the chimney, like the shape of it, right?
Yeah, well, like the whole facade, like the wooden structure of the facade is all original. It's just been repainted, but. Yeah, good ride. Glad we came here. This is the reason to come to Camden Park.
It makes it worth it. Like, if it wasn't for this, it really wouldn't be
Oh yeah, I don't think this park would even survive without this ride. Like,
that's very true.
This is clearly the most popular attraction here.
I was saying, like, it seems like it's kind of on its last leg, which is sad.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Who knows? I don't know. They're somewhat busy on a Friday in June. It's not dead.
I'm sure they're busy in the summer. It's
Williams
like,
Grove was more dead than this, you know, back when we were kids. So, I mean.
Yeah. Very cool. I just noticed that some of the slime is like hanging eyeballs.
Yeah, you didn't notice that before? No. Yeah, that's probably something that he repainted. That he added when he repainted it, yeah. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna head out, right?
This was such a good day.
Yeah. Billy Bob's and this. I'd say Billy Bob's and this makes it worth coming to Huntington, but
be careful where you sit.
Yeah, I talked about this on the Skyride. I was like trying to think of stuff to talk about, so I told.
We're literally so petrified of taking anything home with us. It's
yeah,
like the worst fear.
We're gonna have to like fumigate everything before we take it. But yeah, that was a good time.
Like that clown is obviously not original.
Yeah, the clown's not.
Put that in. Like, I know this witch isn't either, but she really thinks it's me.
The vultures. It's cool that they kept the vultures up there, though. Yeah.
I hope they keep them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna head out now. Check out that sign, that spinning frosted root beer. It's pretty awesome. Frostop root beer. I think there's only a few of these left. I know there's one in South Carolina, I think, or is it Georgia? Either Georgia or South Carolina. They got a neon sign over there. Get some root beer and hot dogs, barbecue sandwiches. We ordered barbecue and some root beer. We're gonna give you the review when we get it. Alright, I'm at the Frostop here in West Virginia, and I got me a nice root beer right here. I'm gonna try it out right about now. Woo wee, that's some good root beer. I got a good root beer right here. Frostop Drive-In. Check it out. We got our barbecue beef sandwiches. What you think of that there sandwich?
Wow.
Is that a good sandwich?
It's well good.
Good. We got us some cheese fries down here.
The beef is very good.
And I got coleslaw on my barbecue sandwich because that's how we do it down here in West Virginia. Down here in West Virginia, we put a coleslaw on our sandwiches and hot dogs.
You're alienating the West Virginia audience.
No offense to anyone in West Virginia, it's just y'all are like that down here, I think.
You think?
Almost everyone. Oh yeah, that's good.
Gosh.
Frostop.
Really good. The coleslaw's good too. It's like a different color than normal.
Yeah, but you got Coke. You should have got a root beer. Let's try out the cheese fries, right, Chair? Not too bad. I think I would give the Frostop Drive-In a good 8 out of 10.
It's a good sandwich.
Good place to get some food and root beer up here in these hills. Catch you later. Well, that was a real good meal from the Frostop, I would say, wouldn't you?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh yeah.
It was cheap.
Yeah, it was $15 for all that. But yeah, we had a good time here in West Virginia, even though last night was like a nightmare.
This is like a hillbilly nightmare.
Oh my god. It's hillbillies and people of that persuasion everywhere. But
no hate.
yeah, no hate or nothing, just saying that's kind of what you expect when you come to West Virginia.
No, the hillbilly nightmare is like having to switch hotels at 2 a.m. and being chased by bed bugs everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking up the hotels for this area, I was seeing all kinds of bad reviews for all the hotels, and like I was getting discouraged. And then like we had a good experience at the other Red Roof Inn that we stayed at earlier in the trip. And you hear a lot of people say just go with Red Roof Inn if there's nothing else. So that's what I did because I wasn't seeing too many good options. But I wish we wouldn't have. Because now we're just like paranoid about.
Stay in the second lane from left.
Now we're just paranoid about having them in our luggage or whatever.
I really think we're okay. I think we're both like in our heads about it because it happened 2 times in a row. Like, and we were saying at least it happened at the end of the trip because if this happened near the first part of the trip and we still had so far to go and we weren't sure if they're like in the car and you have all of the clothes you need for like the next 3 weeks, that would have been such a mess.
And the first time it happened the other night, like that, we weren't in the room at all.
We were in
like
there so briefly.
We knew, like she looked up reviews before we went there, and it said they had bed bugs, but it was already too late. I couldn't cancel a reservation. So as soon as we got there, we were smart enough to check everything.
You were pretty vigilant about checking the whole trip.
Yeah, I have been checking.
After we stayed at the 2 other themed hotels, we were talking about how Sunset Inn was so nice and cool. And then he was talking about how Wildwood Inn used to be of that caliber and like a really cool place to stay. And they still have themed rooms, but we didn't opt to check them out because the reviews were very bad at Wildwood, and we didn't want to take the chance of paying for a themed room there when it seems like it can be really hit or miss. So I hadn't really been paranoid about any of this up until then, and the night we were at the Sunset Inn, I just happened to look it up, and I got like very strong intuition that we should not stay there.
Yeah.
But whenever he books ahead on hotels.com to try and like get the best deal and everything, it's hard
8.3 miles, take exit 28 onto West Mall
because
Road.
they trap you into it, and you can't just like cancel a reservation.
Yeah, and if you're just going on a short vacation, like it makes sense to get more expensive rooms, but when you're going on a 20-day trip, it makes a big difference if you're spending $150 a room versus $100 or less, you know?
Yeah, we were just trying to be like a little frugal, but obviously you can't cut corners on rooms all the time.
Yeah, because a lot of these places, I think the cheaper places, they don't put as much money into, you know, making sure that bed bugs don't get in the rooms in the first place. They don't put a lot of money into fumigating them when there are cases of bed bugs. And, you know, that's just something that you should have to do as a hotel. I think it is a legal requirement. Like
and half the time, I don't think the staff cares like nearly as much as
they should. Yeah.
Because when we went to take the bed bug, we had it in a plastic cup. When we took it up to the clerk at Red Roof Inn, she basically had like, well, at first like a pretty mean attitude.
Yeah.
But she was very indifferent, and I actually said to another guest that like expressed his concern. She was like, every hotel has a problem with bed bugs or has at some point, and if they tell you they don't, they're lying, which I don't think is true.
Yeah. And if it is true, the other ones like deal with it, and
yeah, but just from like the attitude I got, it just seems like she doesn't think it's a big deal, and I really doubt that they're going to go through with like an entire fumigation the way that they should.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like when you're spending a lot of money in the first place, like think of all the cool collectibles or just anything you could get with that much money just for one night at a crappy hotel. And then think about how much more money it is to stay at one where you're getting the bare minimum of not having bed bugs or like being able to sleep because there's not paper thin walls that and loud people everywhere. I mean, it's just the situation with hotels in this country is out of control. I mean, I'm sure it's everywhere in the world, but it's like, how are you going to travel if you, like, how are people affording to travel if, like, you have to spend so much just to sleep?
This is just a crazy long trip, so this isn't, like, standard for us by any means. Like, it's not common, but...
Well, think about all the people that have to, travel for work and stuff like that. I mean, their work, I guess, pays for it and stuff a lot of times, but not always. I mean, and it's just like, you gotta have at least the bare minimum to even stay open, in my opinion. Like, you should at least be able to sleep in a damn motel. Like, take away the whole bed bug thing. You can't even sleep in half of these places.
That's what I was asking. Well, just like talking to you about it last night, like if these places are so like apathetic towards it and having these instances of bed bugs happen this frequently, because I can tell that it happens frequently at the Wild One Inn too. He was like more apologetic about it, but still, it's like, you are losing so much business. Like, why don't you care to take care of the problem instead of continuing to let people check in and then having to give out so many refunds?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, like, the inconvenience on their end, because then you need to go clean the room again. Not like you cleaned it that well in the first place.
Think of how much grief and stuff that they cause people who, you know, get infested then because they stayed at their hotel. It's like they're really like they're responsible for spreading this horrible pest. It's like bed bugs are a huge deal. They are the hardest pest to get rid of in your house, and I've known people who've had them. Like they spent thousands of dollars and months having to get rid of them. You have to get like exterminators to come and like tear your house apart and like put these like things in your windows that like send crazy amounts of heat in your house and like all these crazy things, and it's like, it's such a huge deal that you would think that maybe like there should be like a thing that the lawmakers should be involved in this, right? Like these hotels should have to adhere to like strict laws because they're the ones who are spreading. They're the ones responsible for the spread of bed bugs, and so
Definitely need higher standards.
yeah, we need like laws. We need laws that force these hotels to take care of the problem and make sure that bed bugs aren't going to be spread to people. But anyway, all that aside, West Virginia was fun. It's just like we wouldn't have had to deal with all that if we wouldn't have stayed here. Like clearly this place has problems with their hotels. So to anyone watching this, we have to recommend not staying in any of the hotels here.
I'd get to like an independent Airbnb.
That or just to come here for the day, drive,
Take exit 28 onto West Mall Road.
drive a bit and get out of Huntington, Barbersville area, because from our experience, from what I've read and what we've heard from other people around here, this place is not a good place to stay in a hotel. So there's that. But yeah, we're gonna go back to our hotel. Hope we don't see any roaches, because apparently this place we're staying now is full of roaches. I haven't seen them yet, but one good thing is that apparently roaches eat bed bugs, so maybe I could put up with roaches for once in my life if it means that I'm not gonna be getting bed bugs in my luggage. I don't know.
I've literally never been anywhere where there's roaches. So.
Yeah. I have. Down in Florida, almost all the hotels have roaches down there. Yeah. That is something very, very common down in the south.
Some states didn't have them.
No, but I've stayed at decent places in Florida that they did have roaches in them. So.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, tomorrow we got a big long day of driving. We're gonna stop a few places, but then that'll be the end of the road for us. It was a good 20 days. We had a lot of fun. And you know what? I've been saying 20 days this whole time, but actually tomorrow would be the 21st day. I never even thought about that, because tomorrow counts as a day.
Use the right lane to take exit 28 onto West Mall Road.
Tomorrow counts as a day because we're still going to be doing stuff tomorrow. So yeah, it's actually a 21-day trip.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow for the final day, and we're gonna go get some rest because we were up